Every birthday after 60 leaves a subtle mark on your eyes. The proteins inside your lens, the ones responsible for keeping your vision crisp, accumulate tiny injuries year after year. And here's the surprising truth. Those proteins weren't built in adulthood. They weren't even made in childhood. They were formed before you ever took your first breath, while you were still in the womb. Your body crafted them once, sealed them inside your lens, and never produced replacements. They are meant to last your entire lifetime. But longevity comes at a cost. With each passing year, those proteins take more hits. They begin sticking together, clumping into cloudy patches. What was once a transparent window slowly transforms into a fogged pane. Instead of focusing light, your lens starts scattering it. That's why mornings feel hazy. That's why headlights at night bloom into halos. That's why blinking never clears the film. By the time your optometrist mentions age-related progression, the damage has already been quietly building for decades. Most people never connect the dots, but today I want to show you 6 simple seeds. Yes, seeds you can buy in any grocery store that contain compounds your lens proteins are desperate for. I've ranked them from the least effective to the most powerful, and I'll warn you now, number 3 is the one almost everyone is eating wrong. Before we dive into the list, you need to understand the battlefield inside your eyes. Your lens is unique. Unlike most tissues, it has no blood supply at all. Not low circulation, none. No oxygen delivery, no repair crews, no replacement parts. It survives entirely on its own chemistry, and the molecule that runs that chemistry is glutathione. In youth, glutathione saturates the lens. It keeps proteins clean, separated, and transparent. But in your 50s, a barrier forms around the lens core. That barrier blocks glutathione from reaching the very center, the nucleus, which is exactly where the most damaging cataracts develop. Without that shield, proteins unravel, clump, and scatter light. Doctors call it aging, and they're right. But what they don't tell you is that this process is influenced by what you eat. Specific antioxidants, fatty acids, and compounds found in 6 overlooked seeds can slow it down. Cataract surgery is the most common operation on Earth. Researchers estimate that if cataracts could be delayed by just 10 years, their prevalence would be cut in half. Half! And yet almost nobody talks about the foods that can help. Let's change that. Number 6. Sesame seeds. Sesame seeds might look small, but they carry a surprising amount of nutrition. Inside each tiny seed are minerals and antioxidants that your eyes depend on, zinc, copper, and vitamin E among them. Zinc is critical for moving vitamin A from your liver into your retina, where it helps maintain sharp vision. Copper supports enzymes that protect your photoreceptors, the cells that capture light and send signals to your brain. Vitamin E, meanwhile, helps shield delicate eye tissues from oxidative stress. But here's the catch. Sesame seeds also contain phytic acid, a compound that acts like a thief in your digestive system. It binds to those valuable minerals before your body can absorb them, meaning much of the zinc and copper you thought you were getting simply passes through unused. You might sprinkle sesame seeds on your food and feel virtuous, but without preparation, a large portion of their benefits never reach your bloodstream. The solution is almost laughably simple. Just 3 minutes of dry roasting, medium heat in a pan until you smell that warm, nutty aroma, breaks down the phytic acid. Suddenly, the minerals are unlocked, bioavailable, and ready for your body to use. That tiny step transforms sesame seeds from a nice garnish into a genuine nutritional tool. A handful of toasted seeds on your salad, eggs, or stir-fry costs less than $2 a month, yet it ensures you're actually absorbing the nutrients you paid for. Now let's be honest, sesame seeds are not miracle workers. They won't reverse damage or rebuild your lens proteins. What they do is help you hold the line, preventing faster decline, keeping you from losing ground more quickly. Think of them as the foundation layer, inexpensive, easy, and protective, but not transformative. If you stop here, you'll slow the slide, but you won't climb back up. That's why they sit at the bottom of this list. Score: 3 out of 10. Number 5. Pumpkin seeds. Pumpkin seeds, sometimes called pepitas, are far more than a crunchy snack. Hidden inside their green shells are compounds that your eyes actively collect and concentrate. Two of the most important are lutein and zeaxanthin, carotenoids that give the macula its natural yellow pigment. The macula is the central zone of your retina, the part responsible for sharp, direct vision, reading a book, recognizing a face, or focusing on the road while driving. It's also the first area to deteriorate in age-related macular degeneration. Your eye doesn't just passively absorb lutein and zeaxanthin, it deliberately stores them in the macula as a protective shield. These compounds act like natural sunglasses, filtering harmful blue light and neutralizing oxidative stress before it damages retinal cells. Decades of large-scale studies have shown that people with higher intake of lutein and zeaxanthin have a significantly lower risk of macular degeneration progressing. In other words, pumpkin seeds deliver nutrients that your eyes are literally designed to use. But pumpkin seeds don't stop there. They also contain zinc, and not just a little. Ounce for ounce, pumpkin seeds provide more zinc than almost any other seed you can buy. Zinc is essential for moving vitamin A into your retina, where it supports night vision and helps maintain healthy photoreceptors. Without enough zinc, your eyes struggle to regenerate visual pigments, leading to slower adaptation in dim light. Here's the problem. Pumpkin seeds are also rich in phytic acid, the same mineral-blocking compound found in sesame seeds, but in even higher amounts. If you eat them straight from the bag, roasted, salted, or raw, a large portion of the lutein, zeaxanthin, and zinc never makes it past your digestive tract. You chew, you swallow, but your body absorbs only a fraction. The fix is simple and almost effortless. Place your pumpkin seeds in a bowl of water the night before. Squeeze in half a lemon, stir, and let them soak for 8 hours. The citric acid in the lemon chemically breaks down the phytic acid coating. By morning, the nutrients are unlocked. Drain, rinse, and enjoy them plain, or toss them onto yogurt, salads, or oatmeal. That tiny preparation step doubles the value of what you're eating. Think of pumpkin seeds as your macular maintenance tool. They don't just rebuild the lens proteins like sunflower seeds or flax, but they fortify the very center of your vision, the part that lets you read, drive, and recognize faces. Without them, the macula is left vulnerable. With them, you're giving your eyes the compounds they were designed to collect. Score: 4.5 out of 10. Number 4. Hemp seeds. Hemp seeds are often overlooked, sitting quietly on the shelf while flax and chia dominate the conversation. Yet when it comes to eye health, hemp seeds deliver something uniquely powerful, a natural balance of fats that directly influences the environment inside your retina. Your retina isn't just a piece of tissue, it's neural tissue, built from the same type of cells as your brain. That means it shares the same vulnerabilities, sensitivity to inflammation, oxidative stress, and disruptions in cell signaling. When chronic low-level inflammation reaches your retinal layers, the membranes of those cells weaken, signals slow down, vision begins to degrade in subtle ways that eye charts don't catch until the damage is already real. The most important nutritional factor in controlling that inflammation is the ratio between two types of fat, omega-6 and omega-3 fatty acids. Modern diets tilt heavily toward omega-6, often 15 to 20 times higher than omega-3. Researchers believe the human body functions best at a ratio closer to 3 or 4 to 1. That imbalance creates a constant inflammatory backdrop throughout the body, including in your eyes. Here's where hemp seeds stand apart. They naturally contain an omega-6 to omega-3 ratio of about 3 to 1, almost perfectly aligned with what researchers consider optimal. No other common seed you can buy at the grocery store comes this close. By restoring balance, hemp seeds help calm the inflammatory environment that drives conditions like dry eye disease. The evidence is strong. A large meta-analysis reviewing 19 randomized controlled trials and more than 4,000 patients confirmed that correcting fatty acid imbalance measurably reduces inflammatory markers. Patients reported less burning, less dryness, and less of that gritty irritation that worsens as the day goes on. Hemp seeds, with their natural balance, make that correction effortless. And preparation couldn't be easier. Unlike chia or flax, hemp seeds don't need grinding or soaking. 2 tablespoons sprinkled on yogurt, blended into a smoothie, or stirred into oatmeal deliver their benefits immediately. No fuss, no waiting, no wasted nutrients. Think of hemp seeds as your inflammation regulator. They don't just add nutrients, they restore balance to a system that modern diets have thrown off course. By calming inflammation, they protect the delicate neural tissue of your retina and keep your vision sharper for longer. Score 7.5 out of 10.
Number 3. Chia seeds. Chia seeds are often praised as a superfood, but when it comes to eye health, most people are unknowingly missing out on their true potential. On the surface, chia seeds look like tiny black specks you sprinkle into smoothies or oatmeal, but inside they carry one of the richest plant sources of alpha-linolenic acid, or ALA, a type of omega-3 fatty acid. Here's why that matters. Your retina, the thin, light-sensitive layer at the back of your eye, is built from a specific fatty acid called DHA. Not partially made from it, but structurally dependent on it. DHA forms the very membranes of retinal cells, giving them strength and flexibility. Without enough DHA, those membranes weaken, signals slow, and the structural integrity of your retina quietly erodes over years. ALA from chia seeds is the raw material your body converts into DHA. That conversion isn't perfect, but it's still one of the most accessible plant-based pathways to support retinal structure. Clinical research confirms that omega-3 intake improves tear film breakup time, the measure of how long your eye's surface stays moist between blinks. When that number is low, every blink feels incomplete. That's the burning, the grittiness, the something in my eye sensation that never goes away. But here's the frustrating truth. Most people eating chia seeds today are absorbing almost nothing. Why? Because the outer shell of the seed is tough and resists digestive enzymes. Whole chia seeds, whether stirred into yogurt, soaked into a gel, or tossed into baked goods, often pass through your system largely intact. You're eating the package, not the contents. The fix is simple but non-negotiable. Grind them fresh. 10 seconds in a coffee grinder is enough to crack the shell and release the fatty acids inside. But freshness matters. Once ground, chia seeds begin oxidizing immediately. Pre-ground bags sitting on store shelves may have lost much of their potency before you even open them. That's why you need to grind them yourself right before eating. And there's one more step. Pair them with fat. DHA is fat-soluble, meaning it needs fat source to be absorbed effectively. Without it, much of what you consume passes through unused. That's where avocado comes in. Avocado is rich in oleic acid, a monounsaturated fat that has been specifically identified in nutritional bioavailability research as one of the most effective partners for improving absorption of fat-soluble compounds. In other words, avocado doesn't just complement flax, it unlocks it. The protocol is simple but strict. Rule 1. Grind flax seeds fresh each morning. Whole flax seeds resist digestion, and pre-ground bags lose potency quickly as the oils oxidize. 10 seconds in a coffee grinder is all it takes. Rule 2. Eat them immediately, within 15 minutes. Once ground, the clock is ticking. Rule 3. Pair them with avocado. 2 tablespoons of freshly ground flax sprinkled over half a ripe avocado every morning creates the perfect synergy. The results are layered. Within days, many people notice less dryness and irritation. Over weeks, the tear film stabilizes, reducing that gritty, tired feeling by evening. Over months, the structural support builds, protecting the proteins and membranes inside your eyes from long-term decline. Think of flax seeds with avocado as your deep repair layer. They don't just soothe symptoms, they provide the concentrated omega-3s your eyes need to rebuild resilience from the inside out. The only reason they sit at number 2 is because the top seed delivers something flax cannot, an antioxidant system that regenerates itself inside your lens. Score: 9 out of 10. Number 2. Flax seeds with avocado. Flax seeds are tiny, but they hold an extraordinary concentration of nutrients that directly support your eyes. In fact, gram for gram, flax seeds contain more alpha-linolenic acid, the plant-based omega-3 fatty acid, than any other food source on Earth. More than chia, more than hemp, more than any other seed you'll find in the grocery aisle. Just 2 tablespoons of freshly ground flax deliver roughly 2,300 milligrams of omega-3s, compared to about 1,700 milligrams from the same amount of chia. That difference compounds daily, building a stronger foundation for your vision. Why does this matter? Omega-3 fatty acids are essential for maintaining the structure and function of your eyes. They help stabilize cell membranes, reduce inflammation, and support the tear film that keeps your eyes moist and comfortable. The Women's Health Study, one of the largest long-term nutrition studies ever conducted, followed nearly 40,000 women and found that higher dietary omega-3 intake was significantly associated with reduced risk of dry eye syndrome. Flax seeds are the most concentrated way to achieve that intake through diet. But here's the critical detail. Omega-3s are fat-soluble. Without a fat source, much of what you consume passes through unused. That's where avocado comes in. Avocado is rich in oleic acid, a monounsaturated fat that has been specifically identified in nutritional bioavailability research as one of the most effective partners for improving absorption of fat-soluble compounds. In other words, avocado doesn't just complement flax, it unlocks it. The protocol is simple but strict. Rule 1. Grind flax seeds fresh each morning. Whole flax seeds resist digestion, and pre-ground bags lose potency quickly as the oils oxidize. 10 seconds in a coffee grinder is all it takes. Rule 2. Eat them immediately, within 15 minutes. Once ground, the clock is ticking. Rule 3. Pair them with avocado. 2 tablespoons of freshly ground flax sprinkled over half a ripe avocado every morning creates the perfect synergy. The results are layered. Within days, many people notice less dryness and irritation. Over weeks, the tear film stabilizes, reducing that gritty, tired feeling by evening. Over months, the structural support builds, protecting the proteins and membranes inside your eyes from long-term decline. Think of flax seeds with avocado as your deep repair layer. They don't just soothe symptoms, they provide the concentrated omega-3s your eyes need to rebuild resilience from the inside out. The only reason they sit at number 2 is because the top seed delivers something flax cannot, an antioxidant system that regenerates itself inside your lens. Score: 8 out of 10.
Number 1. Sunflower seeds with avocado and lemon. At the very top of this list sits a combination that outperforms every other seed across every category: raw, unsalted sunflower seeds paired with avocado and fresh lemon juice. This trio doesn't just deliver nutrients, it creates a self-sustaining protective system inside your eyes. Sunflower seeds are one of the richest natural sources of vitamin E, specifically alpha-tocopherol, the form your body absorbs and uses first. Vitamin E isn't general nutrition, it's targeted defense. It embeds itself directly into the membranes of your lens fiber cells, the very cells that house the proteins made before you were born, proteins that can never be replaced. Once there, vitamin E intercepts oxidative damage before it reaches those proteins, shielding them from the clumping and clouding that lead to cataracts. But here's the breakthrough. Vitamin E alone has a limit. When it neutralizes a free radical, it becomes oxidized, essentially used up. Normally, that would be the end of its protective role. Enter vitamin C, delivered through fresh lemon juice. Research shows that vitamin C can regenerate oxidized vitamin E, restoring it back to its active form. That means one serving of sunflower seeds doesn't just protect for minutes, it keeps working for hours, recycling itself inside your lens tissue. And then there's the avocado. Vitamin E is fat-soluble, which means it requires dietary fat to be absorbed effectively. Without fat, much of it passes through unused. Avocado provides oleic acid, a monounsaturated fat identified as one of the most effective partners for enhancing absorption of fat-soluble compounds. In other words, avocado doesn't just complement sunflower seeds, it unlocks them. Together, these three ingredients form a system. Sunflower seeds deliver vitamin E, avocado ensures absorption, and lemon juice regenerates the antioxidant so it keeps working long after your meal. The protocol is simple. 1 ounce of raw, unsalted sunflower seeds, a quarter of a ripe avocado, juice from half a fresh lemon squeezed directly over the seeds and avocado. Eat them together, same meal, same time, every morning. The results unfold in stages. Within days, the heavy, gritty fatigue your eyes carry by evening begins to ease. Within weeks, morning blurriness softens and the fog clears faster when you first open your eyes. Within months, halos around headlights calm, contrast improves, and colors appear more vivid. Some people even return to their optometrist and hear that their numbers haven't declined as expected. One caution: sunflower seeds are relatively high in omega-6. That's why the dose matters. 1 ounce per day, no more. More is not better. Balance is the key. Think of sunflower seeds with avocado and lemon as your lens protector. They don't just slow decline, they actively build a regenerative shield inside your eyes. That's why they sit at the very top of this list. Score 10 out of 10. Your daily protocol. Every morning, 1 ounce sunflower seeds plus a quarter avocado plus juice of half a lemon. Every morning, omega-3 layer, 2 tablespoons hemp seeds or freshly ground chia with fat. 3 to 4 times a week, 2 tablespoons freshly ground flax on avocado. Weekly, soaked pumpkin seeds prepared overnight. Mistakes to avoid. Coffee or tea within 90 minutes. Tannins block mineral absorption. Eating seeds at night. Fat-soluble compounds absorb better in the morning. Quitting after 2 weeks. Structural changes take 60 to 90 days. Write down 3 vision complaints right now. Rate them from 0 to 10. Start the sunflower avocado lemon protocol tomorrow morning. Revisit your list in 30 days. You'll be surprised at what changes. Your lens proteins have been waiting decades for this support, and the solution costs less than $1 a day.